What is MCP? Well, it's actually a fair question because let's be honest, it's a little confusing. MCP has blown up in social media recently and a lot of companies are adopting to MCP. Well, stick around to the end because I'm going to explain to you and show you with code why this is so hyped up. So today we're going to dive in and understand what MCP is. Well, MCP is an open protocol that standardizes how applications provide context to LLMs. It also provides a standardized way to connect AI models to different data sources and tools. So how does this work? Well, MCP follows a client-server architecture where the host application can connect to multiple servers. Well, what is an MCP client? Well, this is simply a program like Claude Desktop or Cursor that wants to have access to data through the Model Context Protocol. And this protocol maintains a one-to-one connection with MCP servers. Well, what is an MCP server? Well, this is essentially just a lightweight program that allows us to retrieve data from different types of sources through the Model Context Protocol. Those data sources can be local to your computer files, or they can be remote services such as going through APIs. For instance, you get access to a Slack MCP server, enabling Claude or whoever your MCP client is, and to interact with the Slack workspaces. And the tools available is you can list the channels, you can post messages, you can reply, you can add reactions to messages, etc. These are all the tools available through this MCP server. Now, even with that explanation, it might not be the easiest to understand. So the best way to learn is to do it. Okay, so there's a few things that I want to show you so that you really understand this. And the last thing, please stick around because it's going to make things make a little bit more sense. We just kind of got to get there. So the first thing is we're going to use Claude Desktop to connect to our first MCP server. So I have this link for the mcp.io introduction page. But if you go to For Claude Desktop Users on the left, you can follow these instructions, or I'm just going to show you how to do this. So go ahead and install Claude Desktop. I have a link in the description for you for that as well. So once you have that installed, you're going to open Claude. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Claude settings. And then here, you're going to go to developer. And then I deleted my JSON file, so I'm starting off just like you would. You're gonna go ahead and click Edit Config, and it's gonna go ahead and create this Claude Desktop Config JSON file. And then I open this up with Cursor. I have a blank JSON file. So right now, this is where you're gonna list all of the MCP servers. So let's go ahead and list one now, but let's see how we get there. If we come back here, after we download Claude Desktop, we're gonna add the file system MCP. In order to do this, they have some pre-built MCP servers that anybody can use right now. So I'm gonna click this link, I'm gonna go here, and this is how you're going to install all of these servers. Okay, so this is just basically telling you this is an MCP server. It's called the file system. You can read and write files, create lists, delete directories, and so forth. Okay, it tells you everything that it can do here. And it goes a little bit in depth about the tools that we're going to connect to from Claude Desktop or the MCP client. Okay, so if you scroll down here, you can use this a couple different ways, right? Are going to use it this way. You could use Docker as well. It's just a little bit more work. I just want to kind of get you into it. So what I want you to do is you're going to copy this. You're going to go back to Cursor or whatever you might use a different IDE. We're just going to be editing the JSON file right now. We're going to save this. However, you need to fill in. So here I'm going to fill in my desktop and my downloads. This is like the actual directory on my computer to my desktop and to my downloads. So what is happening here? First off, we have a list of MCP servers. The name of this MCP server is file system, and this command and these arguments, these are how it's going to actually run the file system so that we can have access to the tools, and we gave it access to directories on our computer. Okay, let's go ahead and save this. Make sure you save it and go back to Claude Desktop. Now, generally what you have to do is you have to restart Claude. So I'm going to quit out. Okay, I opened it back up. Now I'm going to go back to Claude, go back to settings, go back to developer. And if you did everything correctly, you should now have a file system server on your Claude Desktop ready to use. So it's saying it's running. If it doesn't say it's running, then something with the JSON file was incorrect. I'll have a copy of what I have just so you know, but you can copy directly from their GitHub page. Okay, so it's going to run the npx command, and then these are going to be the arguments. This is literally what's going to run like you would in a terminal, and then we're going to have access to all the tools available from this server. Let's test it out. So here I am in Claude Desktop. I'm just going to say, how many files do I have in my download folder. And whenever I run this, it wants to make sure it's secure. So it's going to ask you for access to your file system, to your local file system. So I'm going to say allow for this chat. So here it is. Okay, it's also, so it used, okay, it's kind of doing things right now, right? So view result from list allowed directory. So that was a function so that we know that the downloads folder is on the list of allowed directories. So now it's trying to use the list directory. So I'm going to allow this chat. So it says I have 15 files in my downloads folder, and these are kind of the various types that I have. So if you click the drop down here are actually all the files. Here's the path. And here are all the files that are in my downloads folder. And so then from here, you could do things like have it move files to my desktop or from my desktop to my downloads, etc. Right? So we have now successfully have an MCP client, Claude Desktop, connect to an MCP server, which is the file system server, and then it was able to use the tools available to it in order to do something on my system. And again, the thing I want you to really understand is that this is a protocol, right? So they're trying to standardize the way these AI models can connect to data. Okay, that's great. Now that we have been able to actually connect a client to a server, but now let's go ahead and create our own server so that you can see kind of what's happening behind the scenes in the code. So we're going to create an MCP weather server with two tools that we're going to give to Claude Desktop in that same JSON file so that we can now access this server as well. You can access way more than one. Some people have done over 200. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. And if you're an entrepreneur or you have a small business and you really want to use automation or AI agents to increase your business value and you want to save money and save time to do things that you actually want to do, well, join my community and I will be here to help you. Link in the description below. We're going to go ahead and be doing this. This is also a link on their IO webpage. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple things. We're going to use Python. You need to install UV, and then we're going to go ahead and open up Cursor. You can open up anything else. It doesn't matter what you use right now. We're just simply developing the actual server. It doesn't matter where you develop that at. Just go ahead and develop the server. So I have a project named MCP Beginner, and now I'm going to go to the terminal. I'm going to type UV init weather. So you can see it went ahead and initialized the weather project. Then we're going to CD into the weather folder. And now we're going to go ahead and create our VENV, a virtual environment. So you can say UV VENV. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and activate it. Source.venv/bin/activate. Okay, great. Now we need to install the dependencies. So you can highlight this, UV add MCP CLI in HTTPX. Okay, great. Everything is installed. Now we can go ahead and create our weather file, weather.py. You can either right click on the weather and create weather.py by new file, or you can say touch, which creates a file. Okay, next thing we need to do is actually build the server. And this is the actual code in the server where we're actually build the tools. Okay, so here I'm gonna start kind of just copy some of these and go over them. Okay, so here we have the fast MCP. We're initializing a fast MCP server, okay? We're gonna have some helper functions. So these functions are gonna help with the actual tools, just like we would write tools for Crew AI or for any agentic framework where you actually create a tool. If there's enough code, you can like split it out into helper functions, okay? And that's all this is doing right here. So let me drop this down. So here we have, this is a National Weather Service request. And then here we're just formatting an alert. That's it. We're just formatting the alert. And then we're going to copy this. And then what this is actually the logic for the tool. Okay. And if you notice, the one thing I really notice is there's an MCP.tool decorator around these two. That means these are the two tools that we want to expose from the server to the MCP client, okay? And these are what's gonna actually be called from Claude Desktop, and it's gonna go through all of this logic to execute so that we can get either the get alerts or we can get the forecast. And then we need to scroll down a little bit more, and we're going to run the server. So just copy this, scroll all the way down, and we're going to run the server. Now, I know that I just basically copied the code, and that's what I'm asking you to do. The point of this is to get our own server running, but this can be code to do anything. You can have many functions for Airtable. You could have many functions for literally any API. That's what these tools are here to help you do. They're just going to be standardized through a protocol. Okay, so to make this a little bit easier, I'm gonna do this. So we have two tools, okay? Don't worry about the logic in there. They're either getting alerts or getting forecasts, right? And then we're gonna call, to test it, we're gonna call mcp.run, and there's two transports. There's standard input output. So this is good. This is just standard input output that is gonna be sent back and forth through the protocol, or they just came out with HTTP, which will be in another video. So let's go ahead and test this out now. I'm gonna open up my terminal again, and I'm gonna say Python. After I save it, that little white circle at the top of the file, just a little hint, that means you haven't saved it yet. So Python weather.py. And actually, I'm not going to know if it's running. You should add a print statement saying that you're running it so that we know it started. Clear this and then run that again. Okay, weather.py. It's starting the weather server. We know that it's running properly. Okay, now how do we add this? Like, we built the server, but that doesn't mean anything if we just build it and it's just sitting there. Well, if we scroll down a little bit more, we're going to test this with Claude Desktop. What it's saying is that you need to create that file, Claude Desktop config.json. Well, we've already created that. So we already have a server. We just need to add this server there. So here, I don't need to copy all of this. I'm just going to copy this part. This is what I need. So now I'm going to go back to cursor. I'm going to open up my Claude Desktop config. It can, like, wherever that's at, right? That's where you need to put it. So I'm going to put a comma here, add this. So this is the name of the MCP server, weather. This is the command. We're going to say UV, then it would be -- directory. This is the weather folder path, and we're going to say run weather.py. So this is where it's going to actually run the Python file to figure out what tools it has so that we can do something with that on our MCP client, which in this case is Claude Desktop. So if we go back to Claude Desktop, if you can see here, it still hasn't shown up. That's just because you have to restart. So quit out of Claude. I'm going to open it back up. When this opens back up, I want to go to the settings whenever this loads. And then we come to developer, and here it is, weather. And it's saying it's running. If you don't see it here, honestly, it's probably because the formatting on here in your MCP servers list, make sure it's within these curly braces. It's touchy. That has to be correct to make sure that's all there. Okay, so now it's going to run this command whenever we want to access weather. So let's do that. So now that we have Claude Desktop open, there's also this hammer tool right here. If you click this is going to tell you all the tools that are available to use in your MCP client. So a lot of these are like dealing with the file system, right? So there's like 11 file system. And then if you come through, here's get alerts, right? This is from server weather. It tells you where it's from. Here's also the get forecast, which is also from the weather server. Now let me just ask, how is the weather for tomorrow in Tampa Bay? And then what it's going to do, it's going to get the weather forecast for Tampa, Florida. And when I allow for this chat, it's going to go ahead and fill in probably the general latitude and longitude for this area. So for tomorrow, Saturday, March 29th, it's going to show a high of 84 degrees. Sweet. Okay, but great, right? We just created our own server, and then we've connected to Claude Desktop just through a JSON configuration, and we were able to access it. So right now we have 13 tools available to us with 2 servers. Now, here's where I really think that this is powerful, right? Like I said, there's a standardized protocol. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to add this to Cursor, right? Cursor is also an MCP client, but I don't need to code anything. I'm just simply going to copy and paste the JSON config, or not even that actually. I can just give it the name in Cursor, and it's going to be able to use it in the chat with the agent. Let's see how that works. So I already have Cursor open. All I need to do is go up to Cursor, make sure you have the latest updates, because I think recently this did look a little bit different. It's going to look a little bit different now than if you use this like I think a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago. So you go to Cursor, Settings, then Cursor Settings. Then there is its own tab called MCP. Right now I have nothing in here. So I'm going to click on the Add New Global MCP Server. Now here, all I do, see this Claude Desktop config? Actually, I can just copy this whole thing and paste it right here, and that's it. And why is that? Because there's a standardized protocol between the clients and the servers. So actually, I don't need to worry about the formatting. Now, if I go back to cursor settings, look, I have two MCP servers here. I have file system with all of these tools and weather with all these tools. And again, actually, this shows you a little bit nicer how it works and like what the command it would use. So guess what? Let's open this up on the side. Here's a new chat. Make sure you have agent, right? This won't work if you have edit, right? Or ask. Make sure you have agent. And I want to say, I want to know what the weather will be like in Tampa tomorrow and the next day. Okay, so let's just look at this. So it's generating. I'll help you get the weather forecast. I'll use the weather forecast tool, which requires latitude and longitude coordinates for Tampa, Florida. Okay, here's latitude and longitude. I'm going to go ahead and run this tool. It's calling the MCP tool with these parameters. So if we went into the tool, these would be the parameters, right? So again, it said what yesterday was about 84 degrees. If we compare that to Claude Desktop, let me open up Claude Desktop. Yeah, 84 temperature, 84 degrees. Right, I mean that's the reason is I'm using the same MCP server. I'm using the same code base, and guess what? I didn't do a single thing except for copy and paste. That's all I did. And in case you're wondering, we also have the file system. So I'm going to say how many files are in my desktop this time, and then it's going to check the directory. It's going to call the tool. So it's calling the MCP tool. And then what's great about this is that you can then apply this context to like an actual call to the AI, right? So right now I'm using shouldn't be on auto. Okay, so whatever it is, I could use 3.7 Sonnet, GPT-4o, O3 Mini, whatever. So this context could be added, and then we can do whatever we want. Right now we have context about anything that we need. Okay, this is why why it's gained some popularity, because now I could choose any other MCP client. Because it's a JSON protocol, I can just copy and paste that anywhere, and it's already set up. In the code base is somewhere. The code base is somewhere on my computer, but as long as I had the same JSON config with the same commands, then it doesn't matter where it's at. I can just copy that and paste that for every other MCP client that I want to, and it's going to work. Look, I would love to know your comments about this. If you're using it, why you maybe have some hesitation with it. I'd love to know your thoughts, right? Because I know it's one of those things where it's hype right now, but it could lead into something, and at least they're trying to come up with a standard way for the models to connect to outside data sources. And I just showed you an example, and that's absolutely amazing. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'll have everything in the description. Also, again, if you're an entrepreneur, if you have a business or you want to start one, go join my school community below. I will be here to help you. Thank you again. I'll see you next video.